Hello everybody, welcome to Hard Enduro Media, the home of dirt bike action this evening, with my good friend John Kerwin. Good evening, John, how are you?
Yeah, I'm cool, Liam. Thanks. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, mate, yeah. Apologies, we're not live streaming at the moment. We've got some issues with the Open Broadcast Studio format on the computer, so we've got to record this now. But it's all about Extreme Ravines tonight, the 5th edition, 2019. Got a few little things to get through before we start talking about this evening. Just those people have been following me on Facebook under the Robbo Robinson and the Robbo Robinson pages. You saw the news about my dad getting taken into hospital, which was just 3 weeks ago tomorrow. And the good news is that he's back home. They couldn't operate, but he's recovered to some degree from the issue that he's got with his aorta, although ultimately it will probably take him at some point with old age. But the good news is he's back, and he's back on his feet, and he's doing what he likes to do. So we are getting back to normal now. As you can appreciate, we missed the event at H2O. I had lots of plans for that event, and sadly that went out the window. But we're back now for Ravines, and looking forward to also the West Series as well with the Eurotech KTM. So, starting tonight, John, the 5th edition of Extreme Ravines 2019. This last 5 years, it's been quite interesting, hasn't it? There's been a lot going on, hasn't there?
Yeah, the event's grown, it's got longer. It's definitely got more harder than when we first planned it. Format's changed a little bit. We used to go to a finishing hill, now we finish at the start area. So, yeah, it's definitely grown very close.
Well, just while we're talking about the first event back in 2015, let's just take a couple of minutes now and look at the race. some good memories there, John, from the first event.
Yeah.
The Boilermaster, the hill climb. Just tell me about that.
Yeah, well, the Boilermaster was one of the hills that we put in that's been in ever since. It's over the years it's got easier because as I've dug down to the famous limestone base that we always go on about, it gets more rideable. So this year we've cut the hillside off halfway up. We've got to make a turn on it over 2 logs, and then come round off Camber, and then back on themselves and down the valley. Okay,
and the final climb as well. Now that is now up towards checkpoint 7, isn't it?
Yeah, that is checkpoint 7 now. That this year, the last couple of years, it's been pretty easy, really. Yeah. This year, it's much, much harder.
So just going back to the first event, 2015, the overall winner was Paul Bolton and Dan Hemingway, but I cannot remember who was 3rd place.
Nor can I.
No, cannot find it anyway. So if you know who was 3rd place in 2015, that's an overall 3rd at Ravines, please let me know. But moving on, just looking at events since the first event now, I mean, some memorable stuff. I mean, particularly for me, 2017, when Graham Jarvis and David Knight having a right battle, didn't we? Let's just get a quick look at that.
Go on, lad. Graham.
So just looking at that, that was quite a battle between those guys. They were pretty much neck and neck all the way, weren't they? I think David Knight had a bit of an incident about maybe 200 metres prior to the finish where Graham just got the edge on him and left him behind, didn't he?
There was a pile of logs called a log jammer, and he got hooked up in that. Just wrong line choice, Graham. Just sneaked through, and 200 metres later he was the winner. Yeah,
and Billy Bolt came 3rd in 17. That was his first year on the factory out at Scavana.
Yeah,
a fairly good race for Billy in his first year.
Yeah, no, he was a fairly meteoric rise for him. Really.
And there was also some comedy moments there. We've got to talk about the downhill into the Crow Trap. Jerry the Bear, that's Guy Jarvie, who was having a few issues. And sorry about this, Grant Poole as well. I think you were in there. Let's have a look at it.
Fucking hell! Thanks for that.
No problem. I've been there.
Hold on, I'll wait.
Oh!
I was coming across the top where I started to stop because the road people behind us. I didn't want to. Oh, oh! Look at our.
Yeah, definite comedy moments there.
Some absolute comedy moments there. I mean, the guy with a lot of blaspheming there, weren't you, about that other guy hitting him? Yeah. And then we had Grant and another rider, and then Guy Jarvie at the end. That descent is quite a steep descent, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you just let it roll out, it will roll out quite easily.
Yeah, but when you actually stood on the top, and I've got a view of that hill where me and you went up there recently, and have a look at it.
Nicely back.
So yeah, that is one of the descents which can catch some of the riders out. It is really steep and it looks quite high when you're actually up there. But if you just ride the bike, there's plenty of grip and just let it roll. But everyone's going down there, aren't they, this year as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But moving on to this year's event, John, 2019, the 5th edition. What's planned? What's in store? What is the format?
So the format changes again a little bit this year. A straight one lap for the clubmen, sportsmen, vets, sportsmen and youth, but 2 laps for everybody else, rather than doing the extra in a loop. Just try to simplify it a bit more. So it's straight.
So is that 2 full laps then for the Experts and Pro Championship class?
Yeah, and the elite vets.
And the elite vets. Yeah. That's going to be a bit of a chew.
Toughens it up a bit more for them. So they're going to be looking at doing 60 kilometres.
And that's what I like about this event, because it's particularly for the sportsmen and the clubmen and the youth classes. It's one long lap, so it's new terrain all the time. You're not getting bored by multi-lap sort of events, which are good. I mean, Tong is a really good multi-lap event.
It's a good spectacle, but for me, the essence of this extreme and what I fell in love with was these long laps. Yeah. That's why we went and did the ultimate at Kielder with the 65 miles, which I just think, it's just the big adventure, isn't it? This isn't quite as big, but this is special with the going special.
Yeah. And is it a little bit longer this year than previous years? Have you got any, any more?
We have. It is a bit longer. Probably another couple of kilometres we've added into it. Yeah. Definitely. The race starts off in a sort of tough, old school type enduro, and then it goes into the flowing XC portion of the course. But they're the bits really where you want to be trying to get ahead in your class, so that when you get to the ravines, you're ahead, and you can, because obviously like a lot of extreme stuff, it becomes single track, and there's going to be a bit of queuing. People have got to be patient. Everyone's got to push through.
And refuelling as well. Is that going to be at the same point as it was last year?
No, because we're having the 2 laps. So for clubmen and everybody doing 1 lap, sportsmen, vets and youth, you just fill your tank up, and that's it. You'll get round. Because it's essentially slow going. Yeah. You're not losing loads of fuel. Yeah. I mean, we came back with just under half a tank from completing full lap yesterday.
Okay. So the top 3 classes that are going to be doing the 2 laps, where's the refuel going to be there?
Back at the start.
Back area. At the start area.
Yeah, so the crews can do it all for them. Have all the mats out. Have all the trimmings.
Right. That's interesting.
They can get the bows mopped.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Just looking at the current forest conditions there at the moment, John. It's quite dry at the moment. It has been for some time, hasn't it?
Exceptionally dry. It's been getting dry. I mean, there's been odd bits of rain, but essentially it's the driest I've seen it in April for a long time.
Yeah, actually it's too dry, isn't it?
It is a little bit too dry in places, especially when you're on the cross-country loops. The stones start to move around under your wheels, and you get that marbly type effect. Whereas when you've got that little bit more moisture in the ground, you've got more grip, feel more planted.
We have had really just dusty conditions there, but we've also had torrential wet conditions as well. And the longer it stays dry, there's more chance of rain, isn't there?
Well, I suppose on the theory of it's got to come sometime, but yeah, I mean, you're right. But we've had odd bits of rain, but yeah, let's go and hope that it's going to be a nice dry event. In the event that we do have rain, is there any contingencies in terms of the course, or is it going to be you've got what you've got and that's it? The course is the course, and you've got to ride it. It's rideable, definitely rideable in the rain. We might look at, if it's really wet, we might look at extending the ride time, but really we can't really, we don't want to take stuff out. You've got to do it. We know it's doable. It's definitely doable.
I'm just looking at the climb. What's on here now? This is the everyone's going up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a steep climb, but
Yeah.
you can see. I'll just wind it back a bit. I mean, this was like I say, 4 to 5 weeks ago. There's now another line, isn't there?
Yes.
So the riders won't have to do like a pivot turn and go up. There's now a line.
If you carry a bit of speed, you can go straight up it now and then turn around to the left.
Okay. Just talking about some of the riders that are taking part. I've just pulled a few out of the bag. We have got Johnny Walker, we've got Wayne Braybrook, Matthew Bolter, Mark Kirby, Alan Price. Nice to see Alan back riding there. Billy Steinman, Chris Salt, Rob Taylor, Dave Wood, Jack Spencer, Travis Teagsdale, William Haw, and John Ulrichson. They're just a few of the guys that I pulled out of the bag that are taking part. There's a whole, what, about 80 riders, 85 riders so far, John?
Yeah, they're coming in now. This is the time that they start to enter, so they'll be entering now pretty much over the next week. A lot of them like to do lastminute.com, which doesn't help us when we're ordering pre-printed backgrounds and stuff, but we expect to be up somewhere near the 140 sort of mark for it.
Okay. We're just nearly done now. Just a couple of few things. What's to come for 2019 from Hard Enduro Media? We've got a review. You might see this thing on the foreground. This is the Gast utility box. Now, big shout out to Andrew Bishop in South Africa who sent me this and another one for testing. It is basically a replacement for the headlight or the number board, and it's a bit of a toolbox type setup for the bike. I want to know what you think, what your thoughts are on this, and if it's something that you would buy here in the UK. The only downside I can see with it is it takes away the headlight, so it's really more designed for an event where you don't need a headlight on. Nice little thing. So I'm going to be running this later this year in Turkey at Sea to Sky on my bike, so we'll be doing a full review very soon. So that's the Gast utility box. There's a Facebook page and also there's some stuff on YouTube in relation to that. But we're also going to be doing a review of the camper van. You'll have seen on Facebook my camper van I've received in the last week. So we're going to be talking to Sam Greaves from Code 11 about the build. We're also going to be doing a review on my EXCF 250, my Eurotech KTM bike, which people have been asking for on YouTube to do a review on that and what's on it. And also we're going to be doing a 300 TPI build, a bike which I'm going to be using at Sea to Sky later this year. And we're also really looking forward to the European tour with Eurotech KTM, following the West Series with William Haw, Travis Teagsdale, and other riders with Eurotech KTM and anybody else who's from the UK taking part. So that's about it, John, really. Yeah. What's going on? We're looking forward to Ravines in just over a week's time, and also looking forward to taking part in some practicing on Saturday up there at Helmsley. So from me and John, I'm going to leave you with some clips from last year's event. That's the top 3. That was Billy Bolter who won, Johnny Walker second, and Paul Bolton was third. Some interviews with them and some clips from the event. So see you soon.
Billy, congratulations. Another cracking race, mate.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, just had a plan to just go steady really on the first few laps. I made them cambers out there are so sketchy, and if you make a mistake, you lose a lot of time. I've learned that over the last 2 years, so just went real steady and almost. I was in the lead a few times, but I really just wanted to follow for the first 2 laps anyway, and then put the hammer down on the last. And yeah, the plan seemed to work perfectly.
I couldn't keep up with you guys. I tried to get around the forest and do the filming, and when I got to certain points, you'd gone, you'd passed me. But from what I saw of you looked to be on fire again, similar to the sort of speed you were doing at H2O. Yeah,
it felt good. I mean, I did this first bit, which you just do on the way out, and it was like so bumpy and like gnarly going. I thought, oh, the 4-stroke could have been so much nicer around here. But then when you got into the sort of harder camber bits, I couldn't fault the bike. It just pulled like a dream, like gripped really, really well. So, enjoyable track. Was good.
Well done. Still top of the table. Let's look forward to the next round.
That's what it's all about. And cheers, guys.
Cheers, Billy. Thank you. Just now with Johnny Walker. Johnny, any issues, mate? I know second place. Congratulations. Not where you want it to be, but it's still you're on the podium. Like I said to Sam Ludgate, points make prizes, don't they, at the end of the day?
Yeah, no, it's good. I feel like I rode good. You know, I was pushing, and I just made one mistake on a hill, and I lost Billy, and then I think that's where I basically made all the gap. And I was pushing at the end to try and close it, but it was hard. You know, like. It was hard to make time, if you know what I mean. Like, he made the big gap there, and then I pushed to try and catch him, but, you know, I couldn't. So.
I think that was on your last sort of inner loop lap, wasn't it?
Just before the fuel stop, I messed up the hill. I tried to go... He went from the bottom, and I tried to cut across a little bit, and I just totally messed it up, and then had to zigzag my way up, and just made a mess, really. So, apart from that, it was good.
From an event point of view, the course was good?
Yeah, it was good. It was tough, you know, when you caught the lappers, but you know, it was a good race, and it's the same for everyone. So yeah.
So next up, Lagares.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Gonna go home this week and you know, do a lot of training ready for that.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. Cheers, Johnny. Cheers, mate. So just now at the finish with Paul Bolton coming in, taking third place in the Pro Championship class. Hiya, Paul. It's looking like a third place, mate.
Yeah, I made it was a good track. Well done to all the crew at Dirt Bike Action. Mega riding, some proper British stuff. I don't know, I think I ate my breakfast too late this morning. I was burping and farting all the way for the first half hour or so. And yeah, so...
Just to give you a heads up, Billy's won it and Johnny was second.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was the case. Thank you very much. No, it was a really good track, and first time on the TPI in a race, and it run really well. It was nice to be back on the two-stroke in a race and feeling how nimble it was and stuff. So yeah, still a bit of work to do to it, just to find some little fine tweaks, and we're ready for Portugal Lagares.
Yeah, that's what just over a fortnight away now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, we were all riding together, and I got to the first hard uphill, sort of where the petrol check was at the top, and I just cocked it up a bit, and then that was it. Then they both got away. So yeah, they're both riding well. I'm riding well as well, but I just struggled with getting my breathing right at the beginning. I don't know. Like I said, I think I had my breakfast too late, but. Anyway, such is life, and move on, onward and upward, safe going into Lagares for the first round of the West.
Yeah, we'll see you there, but congratulations on third place. You're on the podium still, so you points make prizes like I've told everybody else, so just hang in there.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.
Paul, thank you.